I'm gonna tell you this. It's such an incredible experience to look to your left, to your right, looking at all these people really caring. If you sign up, I promise you, you can do it. It's just an awe-inspiring thing, and I know my dad, if he was still here, he'd be like, go for it and thank you.
You sign up, you train, you fundraise, you commit.
Off we go!
You set out, and you ride. You ride, you ride.
What a brilliant day today. Good people, great time, and the memories of those lost.
Oh, it isn't just a bike ride.
This weekend is the best weekend of the year.
It is bigger than anything you could put in a bank.
This is a journey about finding out who you are, but also riding for people that can't ride.
For the first-time person, you don't want to miss it because it sends a shiver down your spine. You'll never experience anything like it in your life. This is one of a kind. It's a ride, not a race, so it's a beautiful thing.
Anyone can do it. If you look around this crowd today, it's people of all ages and different levels of activity and different levels of experience. You just have to want to do it.
The 200 kilometers is nothing when you start seeing people around you, inspiring you to go further.
The training is really just spinning and going on some rides, and you don't have to have expensive equipment.
I bought a little home trainer so you can just prop the back wheel of your bike up in your garage and just train like that. Did a couple spin classes at work.
Try and train during my lunch hours or just before work or right after work, kind of get some spinning, try and get my cardiovascular stuff up and such.
Actually, the training schedule they gave out was really helpful because it gave an idea of how many kilometers you should be able to do at that point.
And by the time spring rolls around, you do 2 or 3 rides a week, 10, 20K building up, and then you get to 60, 70, and then the rest is easy.
You will do it. You will get through the training. You will ride the 200 plus kilometers and you will feel happier than you have ever felt.
You fight. You never give up. You're helped. You're thanked. You say thank you.
Honestly, this event is put together so well, and I tell all my friends and family that.
It is a long ride, but there is lots of rest breaks, so you can take your time. Pit stops are always a nice motivation. A little stop, a little stretch, a little Rice Krispie square.
Tons of stuff. There's Gatorade and granola bars.
All of the porta potties, all of the bike techs. I mean, I just blew a tire, and the guy was so helpful to change my tire for me.
We're here at lunch, so we're fueling up and getting ready to head towards camp.
So when you get to your tent village at the end of day 1, it's not the end of your day.
It's like a big party. Like when you're done, everybody's your friend.
Josh, do an awesome day. To a fabulous.
There's a sea of tents, a sea of blue. You walk in, you see all these blue tents.
They think of absolutely everything. There's a hot catered dinner when you get here.
More than you could ever eat.
It's a time to unwind. You can get a massage.
I did yoga and I had physio.
The organization with showers, I was shocked when there was hot showers the first year I did it.
Hello there.
When you get here, the services available to you are phenomenal. And yes, there's the support along the way, along the 200 kilometers, but it's also when you get here at the midway point, fantastic services are available to you.
$2,500 seems like a lot of money at first, but once you send out your first email asking people to donate, you'll be surprised by the response that you get. Cancer is a disease that affects 1 in 2 people in the province, and there's so much support for the cause.
Raising money was probably one of the easiest things to do for me, because I got over the fact that they weren't sponsoring me. It's about sponsoring the event. I emailed, I held events, I attended events. I was shameless about asking for money.
Ask, and then ask again, and then ask again.
So some fundraising tips. 1, use social media. 2, don't be afraid to do something stupid. 1 year, what I did is I told someone that I would actually shave off my body. And guess what? I got a ton of funds coming up from that.
Tomorrow I'll be wearing a shirt with everybody's name on it, all 50 of my donors.
Well, obviously it's only the small thing I can do. I've raised $3,300 or so for this event.
I was so worried about making $2,500, and almost got $10,000. It was like, wow.
We raised about $30,000 as a team.
We got 26 people. We raised $115,000.
People like to give, they like to help, and if there's no, when people say, what can I do, how can I help? Give money.
We're on the cusp of something really amazing. We're actually starting to understand the biology that underlies cancer. We actually can now look inside of cancer cells and we see what's being changed. But this is all based on new technologies, on the ability to do things that hadn't been done before. And this takes resources.
In the past, as a Have province, we've been very fortunate where our government essentially provided everything we require for frontline treatment, and then in addition, the research component. In today's economics, that's just not feasible.
Funding is the basis for progress, and every time we ask a question, it's like a building block on which we're building a future without cancer. We never go backwards. That information never disappears. So each incremental gain we make is a step closer.
There's something about a real physical challenge, like a long 2-day ride on your bicycle, that has made people really think about the meaning of raising funds for cancer research. Through their efforts and through their sweat comes progress.
My motivation to go into the ride is really related to the fact that I'm surrounded by the cancer problem. I'm a cancer surgeon, and so I see people in different stages of their cancer journey. I see them when they have a new diagnosis. I see the anxiety that's provoked by the diagnosis. I see the successes, which of course is really exciting when you see a good result. And then I see those people who are going through the end of the journey as well.
The way I look at it, this is an investment in our futures and that of our children. If we don't take on this task and this duty to do better in the future by absolutely maximizing what we can do today, then we can't expect this story ever to change.
There's life before the ride and then life after, and we've had so many people coming back again and again and again because it changes you. It changes your outlook on life. You witness and you see life stories that you've never thought would be possible. You're just completely astounded by the people participating, by the volunteers giving, by the organization arranging a fantastic event.
You aren't a doctor, you're not an athlete, but you can do this and you can contribute and you can be a part of the community and give support to fellow riders and get support for yourself and show those who have cancer and the people that you care about that, you're in it with them.
You cry, you never forget. You say, never again.
My husband was diagnosed with stomach cancer in October of 2010, and he lived for 4.5 months. There really isn't anything out there to treat stomach cancer at stage 4, which is when he was diagnosed. He was 43 years old. He died in February 2011. My daughter was 19 months, and our daughter was 19 months, and our son was just before his 3rd birthday. My son just turned 5 in March, and just starting to really process and understand that his dad isn't here.
My friend Sue knew I was doing this ride, but even though we knew she was dying, we couldn't quite say the words, "This is for you." You always have hope, even when there isn't any. And we would talk about it on the outside, like, I'm doing the ride this year and you can do the ride with me next year. It didn't need to be said that the ride would be in her memory. But she's here. Of course she's here. She knows.
The yellow flag are survivors, and the black flags are people that didn't survive. Unfortunately, it gets a new name every year. But that's why we're riding, so eventually you won't see it. And I don't have to ride with that sign one of these years. It's so close, you can touch it. You can see it. Right there.
When I make it to the top of a hill, I know I'm alive.
I had Wilms tumor when I was 8 years old, and it's been 13 years since then now.
I had skin cancer in 2007, survived it.
I was diagnosed with colon cancer at 44.
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Next year will mark my 10 years.
I wanted to give something back because I had survived and had benefited from cancer research.
I've done all 6 rides, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, and my 6th one, number 13.
You finish?
The music playing, everybody clapping you, and you know what? You feel like you just won the Tour de France.
Celebrate?
Proud. Proud for doing this.
You're renewed.
I'm a survivor, and there's lots of people here with survivor flags, and we want lots and lots more.
So I challenge you to take this and make it your own and complete this journey.
And you know we'll conquer cancer.
It's rare that you get to do an event where you feel like you've done something to better lives for everyone. The money that people donate does make a big, big difference, and it's money well worth spending.